Bring in the jury. Let's bring in the jury.
The jury comes back in an hour. I've learned over time, you really can't predict anything from jury deliberations.
We at the jury find the defendant, Chante Juan Mallard, guilty of the offense of murder as charged in count 1 of the indictment.
Jurors unanimously agreed with the prosecution. Now they must decide what price Chante Mallard will pay for leaving Gregory Biggs to die in her car windshield.
The range of punishment for what she's convicted of for felony murder is 5 to 99 years or life.
After the defense put on a very impressive array of witnesses from Chante's world, the defense calls Chante Mallard herself to the stand. Typically in a criminal case, if you're going to put a defendant on the stand, you do it in the guilt phase to try to argue they're not connected to what happened. The defense didn't do that in guilt, and they wanted to put her on the stand in punishment because at that point, they needed a jury to see what a great person she is, that she's a first offender, that she's sorry, therefore she would get the lower range of punishment, possibly even probation.
I have ruined my family's life. I have put people through pain. And I am so truly sorry. I am so sorry, Brandon.
She was sympathetic to a point, but the decisions that she made shows that she was only thinking about her own self and how to get out of the situation. It was a selfishness that spanned 4 months. And even then when she was arrested, lying to the police.
She had taken the ecstasy willingly. No one had slipped anything in her drink. And when she talked about someone taking care of the body, she was actually instrumental in that.
Now the prosecutors have their chance to cross-examine Chante Mallard.
When you realized you hit somebody, you didn't think, well, I've got to get some help, did you?
I didn't know what to do.
What I'm trying to do is demonstrate this is a person that is selfish. This is a person that lacks a moral compass, that has no excuse for her behavior.
I wasn't capable of making decisions.
You weren't capable of making decisions? You made a decision to get in the car and drive, right?
Yes.
You made a decision to take the ecstasy.
Yes.
You made a decision, the decisions involved in driving that got you to the point where you hit Gregory Biggs.
Yes.
And after hitting him, your ability to decide was gone?
After I was on the ecstasy and I just started making a lot of bad decisions and I was scared. I didn't know what to do.
So it was the ecstasy's fault.
And I mean, it was a master class on cross-examination. There was no place she could turn. We asked the jury to hand down a life sentence, and the jury gave her what amounted to almost a life sentence. She was sentenced to 50 years for murder.
There are no winners in a case like this. Just as we all lost Greg, you all will be losing your daughter.
One of the most impactful things that I saw in this case was when Greg Biggs' son, Brandon, took the stand.
To Chante, I personally would like to say that I would accept your apology. But in return, I hope that you would accept my forgiveness.
Brandon's forgiveness, Brandon's compassion, Brandon's faith never wavered from the first meeting to the last statement before the jury. Every case you deal with the prosecutor is kind of a barometer to help you measure and how you weigh conduct, because you have a tremendous amount of power. This case stands alone.
Brandon Biggs is the embodiment of forgiveness and compassion. And yet, on the stand, one of the things that he said was, I forgive you, but consequences are still owed. We all make mistakes. But if you make a mistake and you realize you make a mistake, it's not too late to do the right thing.